Happy Monday! I am happy that you are here to get this reading for this week because it is going to be hopefully a very healing reading for you. I felt guided to use the Healing Mantra deck by Mike Kahn. This is actually part of the Hay House subscription box. I believe they actually have a wait list where you can join the subscription box. This is the first one I've ever really committed to, and I tell you what, they do not disappoint, and I am not like sponsored by them yet. Maybe one day. However, I will leave the link in the show notes for you to check it out because I also got that crystal ball oracle deck, which I'll probably be using next week, and that one was like a new release and it's still not out yet, so it's kind of fun sometimes to have access to things first and before it goes out to the public. It kind of makes you feel a little bit special. And also, I really love that other deck, but the Healing Mantra deck, was also included in the subscription box, and this is more like an affirmation deck. However, I really love it, and since many of us are going through seasons where we're working on our healing, or we're trying to heal, or maybe even we're trying to help others heal, and I think that's the reason why that Spirit said, hey, use this deck for today, and I really do love this deck. So let's get right to it. Monday's card, already pulled it. It is grounding my energy. And then when you flip it over, it says it is safe to be in my body. And it says when your energy is grounded, you are no longer wrestling with the pain of the past or chasing after potential future outcomes. You dare to demonstrate your very best attributes and qualities, no matter how you are perceived or received by others. With your energy grounded, your mind can relax as your body becomes a more enjoyable environment to inhabit. This mantra is ideal for replacing compulsive thoughts, releasing addictive behavior, and finding stability. Wow, I'm so happy that I used the guidebook on this one because I was going for something completely different, and I really feel that my body does need grounding after listening to that. So I wonder if you feel the exact same way as well, because a lot of times we are using our upper chakras. We're thinking a lot, we're giving a lot, maybe we're even speaking or talking a lot, kind of like what I do, and we neglect the lower chakras, which is about relationships with ourselves and foundation in life and security and finances and our relationship with others. A lot of time we don't put as much energy towards that as we do our upper one. So the grounding energy is going to help balance that energy inside of your body. And I love with what it talks about here, because what it says is that it can go ahead and help you decrease anxiety and decrease stress. The only thing I don't like about this is that it's not telling you how to ground your energy. So the very first thing that I get from this in particular is to use that mantra, that it is safe to be in my body. So many of us have dealt with trauma and challenges that we forget that we are neglecting our body because maybe our body was abused and those kinds of things. And so we go ahead and we neglect and we just focus on the outward, or, we're always thinking and not really much inside of our body. So doing that affirmation is going to keep on reminding you to come back to your body, to come back to it, to remind yourself to take care of it, to indulge in that self-care. And so anyways, we're going to move on to Tuesday's card, which is honoring adversity. Ooh, that is really interesting. And it says a fire reveals a path of renewed direction once the burning is complete. Wow. Okay. So first thing that I thought of too is that on Tuesday, we're actually going to probably have some challenges, running into some a little bit of troubles maybe. For some reason, that fire part just really stands out to me. And another thing that too is saying, I just want to repeat this first. A fire reveals a path of renewed direction once the burning is complete. It's talking about that there is going to be a new path coming out as soon as you get past some of these challenges. It's almost like you have to go through whatever you're going through now in order to find that new path. It's almost like you have walked through a door and you have to go inside of the room and find the other door or the window that is open before you can truly release that healing or overcome it. And the way to really figure out if that's the case is what doors are truly open to you right now? What choices do you have? Where are you being led? And that is going to help you see what direction and things like that you should be going in, because usually Spirit will make it really well known what you need to do. Okay, so we're moving on to Wednesday's card, and that is resolving anger. Bam. As soon as I said that, what came up to you? What was the first thing that you thought about? Was it first a person? Was it a thing that you were going through? Think about that because that is giving you insight in what this card is talking about. And then it says, conflict reminds me when I need more space for myself. Ooh, I love that. And you know what? I am going to, what is it called? I'm going to be using the guidebook on this one because I really want to see exactly what it is talking about. And it says, when anger is resolved, you're able to see your emotional reactions or the abrupt responses of others as evidence of profound transformation taking place. When anger is present, it acts as a sign of needing more space to face the feelings that are ready to be healed or to balance out patterns of doing the moments of silent being. As you resolve your anger, you're able to find the time you need to be both rested and productive. This mantra is ideal for managing stress, deepening interpersonal communication, and tempering frustration. Ooh, I love this. So on Wednesday, definitely take time before you respond. All right. And also try not to take things so personally on a Wednesday because there might be some mirror work going on or people taking out their frustrations on you. So definitely be aware of that on Wednesday. All right, now we're moving on to Thursday, which is hearing inner guidance. And it says, my intuition flows whenever I am still. Ooh, you know what this means? This truly means that we need to meditate, okay? So I know that kind of is a bummer for some of us, but we really need to do it because that is going to create more space between our thoughts, and that is going to allow our spirit guides, angels, and past loved ones to get a word in edgewise. So it says, when you hear inner guidance, you receive an affirming and defining moment of inspiration. It can be a new direction, a new way of seeing old patterns, and an enchanted idea that is delivered in your own voice out of the silence. When inner guidance is heard, you are ready to either hunker down into the healing benefits of your current circumstances or move forward into a brand new chapter. In either case, this is an opportunity to further align your soul by embracing your needs. This mantra is ideal for resolving restlessness, becoming a better listener, and being more open-minded. And I just have to say really quick because I talk about the Coffee and Cards Club a lot, and one thing that got brought up in our most recent office hours is that when you learn to use your intuition, your psychic skills, and your mediumship skills, it's not all about becoming a reader. It's not all about becoming a psychic and doing events and things like that. It's not about that because if you just learn those basic things of each one of them, intuition, psychic, and mediumship, what's going to happen is you're going to have more confidence in your life. You're going to feel more stronger. You're going to be more connected to your higher power. You're going to probably have less people-pleasing needs and things like that going on. You are going to feel more whole because you're going to have learned a lot about yourself and what you believe in, and it's just going to, I don't know how to describe it, it's just going to put back together some of those missing pieces of yourself. I know it sounds kind of crazy, and anybody who has opened up and went down their spiritual path and has done this, they will say the exact same thing. So definitely on Thursday, you're going ahead and you're going to be listening to your inner guidance, and you're going to make sure that you are trusting your gut, that you are not putting other people's thoughts, other people's opinions before your own. Bam. Microphone drop. No, all right. And so then we're moving on to Friday's card, which is rewriting the subconscious. I was totally waiting for this card to come up because, like I said, it's a very, healing and also spiritual time. And we have to rewrite our subconscious mind because we have to rewrite some of those limiting beliefs that we have. And one thing that's coming up right now, and I'm not sure if it resonates with anyone that's listening, but I have seen this over and over again, and I had to train myself not to do it. And that is when you say the words, someone makes me feel, or they have made me feel this, they made me feel this way. And it's like, oh my gosh, that stands out so strong to me as no. It's like BS now. It's like, no. If you hear those words coming out of your mouth, or you even hear them coming out of somebody else's mouth, that is a clear-cut sign of something that they need to work on themselves. Because you probably heard this freaking quote before. No one can make you feel a certain way without your permission. So when you say to someone, oh, you are making me feel this way, no, they are bringing out something in you that needs that healing. And I remember so many things that used to, I'm like, you made me feel bad because I felt pretty until you said something. So I felt really good in this outfit. I felt great. And then all of a sudden, you made me feel bad because you said this. And I don't understand why you would say that because you know how I feel. And so all of a sudden, it's like now I am putting it on the other person because they made me feel this way, when the truth is I made myself feel that way because I wasn't confident in how I looked. I wasn't confident in the outfit. Maybe I felt a little bit fat. Maybe I felt a little too tall. Maybe I felt a little too skinny, whatever it was. But that was on me. It's not on the other person. Because have you ever had somebody maybe insult you and it didn't really come as an insult? Because you were just so confident in it? Because maybe, like, for example, people used to tell me, oh my God, Heather, you talk so fast. Yeah, no, it's not going to insult me. Just go ahead and see if that resonates with you. Take it around, marinate it, especially on Friday, and making sure that you are noticing that, okay, within yourself, if that is something that you are currently dealing with. But anyways, it says, for the rewriting, the subconscious, it says, the more I embrace feeling good, the less often I will feel bad. And I love how that says that because we can go ahead and we can train our brain to go ahead and notice more good than the bad. We can tell it what we want to see. All right, and here's what the book says. It says, when the subconscious is rewritten, you are able to feel good on a regular basis, regardless of the way life unfolds. In rewriting subconscious, you reverse the gravitational pull of conditioning to become more familiar with the virtues of goodness. As goodness becomes more known, the opposite vibration of negativity can become a less frequent visitor in your reality. This mantra is ideal for relieving guilt, releasing shame, and finding joy in new beginnings. I don't know. I was going to go on, but you know what? I feel like that basically said everything that needed to be said. It's like a microphone drop again. Okay, so now I thought it'd be a little bit more fun to go ahead and do a card for Saturday and Sunday. So the card for Saturday is discovering happiness right off the bat. Maybe you're going to be able to, attend a summit, going ahead and attaining a training or something along those lines. This is going to be something that is really going to help you up level. It's going to help you do something that's a lot of fun. Maybe something that you've been thinking about doing. So maybe you don't actually do it on Saturday, but maybe the opportunity presents itself or somebody brings it up for you. And it says, I have allowed myself to be content exactly as I am. And it says, when happiness is discovered, you are inspired, excited, and passionate about the gift of being alive. There is a willingness to open up your heart to the mystery of each moment. Whether you're getting what you want or witnessing unexpected outcomes, the discovery of happiness frees you from needing life to bring you more of this or less of that. The true joy of being yourself has dawned. And it says this mantra is ideal for facing disappointment, developing self-approval, and feeling fulfilled. Wow. This is 100% that quote that says, where your attention goes, energy flows. And here's another thing that I absolutely love. It's by Ed Mylett. It's Mylett. Billet. I freaking love him. He is the author of Maxed Out Life and also The Power of One More. I am becoming a huge fan of his, and I think his podcast is called #Maxed Out. And one quote that he keeps on saying over and over again is, your obsessions become your possessions. I just love that so much because it's like whatever you keep on bringing your energy to and you keep on working hard towards, that is what's going to be consuming your life. So that's the reason why that you have to make sure that you are completely 100% focusing on the things that you love and the things that bring you joy and the things that you want. Like, for example, I want more girlfriends. I want more awesome friends. I want more of this. And I didn't even realize that I wasn't even spending that much time or focusing on the ones that I did have. So now all of a sudden it has changed. It's like, oh my gosh, they just haven't been my, what is it called? My obsession. But now they are. I'm going to make all my friends, and including like the Coffee and Cards Club. I know I talk about it a lot, and it's just because I love the girls that are in that club too. And it's so funny because now that has become my life. I open up my computer and I go and I just love seeing what everybody's talking about and how everything is going inside of the club, and I love creating content for the club, and I'm always excited for new things, and that is a great example. But now, if I'm always focused on like the bad, those kinds of things, that's what I'm going to keep on getting, so that when I wake up every single day, I'm going to be getting more of those yucky things that I don't like. So just kind of keeping that in the back of your mind as we go into Sunday's card, which is dissolving judgments. And it says, I don't have to like the actions of others in order to love my journey. Ooh, this is going to be a good one. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to leave this up to the book. Let's see what it says. It says, when judgments are dissolved, you don't have to enjoy the actions of others in order to glean benefit from them. When you know that every moment has been created to help each soul shine the brightest, it becomes easier not to take things personally. Instead, you are able to appreciate the position life has put you in, evidence of evolving mastery in form. I love it. The mantra for this is learning to speak your truth, cultivating empathy, and trusting the universe. Wow. What I love about this is because it's trying to help you see other people in different lights. So many of us have somebody that's in our life that we see as like the bad guy and things like that. Maybe it's going to be our parent, maybe it's going to be our spouse, maybe it's going to be a brother or sister, but maybe there's somebody here where we are like, oh my gosh, no, they are, quote, bad or whatever, or they did this to me or whatever it is. And it could be totally legit. But when we look at it from a different point of view, when we put our judgments aside, maybe, just maybe, we can see a flawed human being. Somebody that has been through their own trials and their own traumas and everything like that. And maybe they weren't as strong as you. Maybe they weren't able to work through their issues like you have been able to. Maybe they have been able to overcome that. And when we see it from a different point of view, sometimes it can help us take a better next step. And I'm not saying that you have to be friends with them again. I'm not saying that you have to like be in their life, but sometimes it allows the process of letting go, maybe even allowing the process of forgiving that person to be a little bit easier, because you're like, wow, maybe they are a flawed one. And I know for some of my ideas that I get from people in my life, I'm like, okay, maybe, I know this might sound a little conceited, but I'm like, maybe they're just not as a highly evolved being as I am. I know it sounds kind of crazy, and we actually don't know how high evolved that we actually are when we go to the spiritual plane. I don't think that it's going to be some kind of competition, but sometimes I do think about it that way, because maybe that's the reason why that they're not able to learn it. Maybe they're freaking stuck. Maybe it was our way, like maybe they got put into our life for us to help them. And guess what? We can't help everybody because sometimes they're not ready to learn. So we can only do what we can. So on Sunday, it's going to be a day of putting, differences aside, going ahead and looking at people with different kinds of glasses to see if you see them a little bit different. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this week's reading. I hope to see you on Sunday for Coffee and Cards. It's going to be such a fun time, of course, and that is going to be on Facebook. And also, I've been going live on Instagram as well. It's 9 o'clock. That's when I do the free fun card readings. And I will see you back here on the podcast on Wednesday. And guess what? I hope you're excited for Wednesday's episode, because I am. Because guess what? Wednesday is 316. And if you know me, I love my 316. So I will see you on one of my favorite days of the year,